if you ever get a chance to go to Bora Bora, this is a photographer's paradise. Every angle you look, it's a photography masterpiece. Today's the last day. I think I took over 8,000 photos while I was here. So which modifiers did I end up using? You know how I went through a month's worth of research, went through hundreds of modifiers, and I got it down to like half a dozen, which I brought on the trip. But now that I was under the pressure and I was taking shots and I was in the field, I must have done about 6 different photo shoots per day, every day. And the conditions were completely different. It was in shade, it was in sun, it was windy, it was not windy. So which modifiers did I end up using the most out of all the entire trip? Well, for the soft lighting, I really didn't do that many. But here's what I ended up using the most. The most modifier I use out of everything, once again, was my AD600 with a 7-inch reflector with a little diffuser plate on the front. This is what I use the most in almost every photo shoot. For the hair light, I almost always used an AD200 with a 4.5-inch reflector with a diffuser on the front. When it gets down to it, most of these shoots, when you're outside and you're like, it's like a battle. You gotta just think fast. You gotta work fast. And it really comes down to this. It comes down to light. Not the quality of a light, but just plain light. I need to light up that shadow. I need to light up that dark place. That's where the amount of light is more important than the type of light or quality of light. Like there was one shot where I had to basically light up an entire jungle. You're going to say, well, just lighten the exposure. No, because I wanted to see the mountain in the back. I wanted to darken the sky, but lighten the entire environment in front of me. So that was kind of tricky. I needed the most powerful lights. It comes down to basically get the most powerful lights you possibly can. 2 AD600s. I could have used 12 of these and still used them. So I was maxing out everything I had. And there was times where I even took off the diffuser and just use the bare raw light just shooting out. So that was, it comes down to that. When you're in something like this, it's just, you just need light, any kind of light. But when I was able to do softer lighting or soft boxes, which soft box did I end up using the most? Well, I found out while I was out here, actually, with a suntanned, oily, cool-looking, ripped body, the best look was actually this thing, the Glow Easy Lock 36, but not with a white diffuser on the front. It's with open silver with a little deflector plate here. This gives me the coolest looking light, and it's not that harsh. When the white diffuser is off and it's just pure silver reflecting, you double the amount of light. So I can have this further back and throw a lot more light further away with this than if I had a white diffuser on the front. And the way the pictures looked with this was really, really cool. Look at these pictures. It gives you a nice punchy look without having super bright hot spots on the body. We oiled the body up to accentuate the hot spots even more, but the face is not full of hot spots, just the body because we oiled it up. But anyway, this thing gives you, in my opinion, for tropical, suntan, copper tone body look, this is the best. And what I did is I used this as my key light, and then for the bounce, the shadow side, like, so here's the key light, that's this thing, and then the shadow side, I used one of these. I used a double diffused, white, soft, anyone, it doesn't matter. I could use a Godox 2 foot by 3 foot, the Glow Grand Box. These are really good. They're really lightweight, easy to use. And I had that on the shadow side. So if this was maybe, say, 1/4 power, that was 1/8 power. So that's like half the power setting on the strobe. And then it goes through 2 diffusers, so it's even more cut down with light. So it's just a soft filling in of the shadows. I think I used this one maybe once. It gives the best soft look, but it's a wind sail. This thing will blow over like crazy, and it's just, you know, the lights inside of it boiling with the white thing on the front. I think I did use this once as a reflector, where I aim the light in and it reflects back, kind of like that, which is but it's a lot bigger, so you have a bigger source. That's really cool. I used this on all my other trips previously, but I used it the least on this one. this is the one I end up using the most. This is really lightweight too, and I just like the quality of the light. And the thing I like the most out of all the modifiers, the one that was the most fun, that gave me the coolest effect, was an AD600 with a 10-degree honeycomb grid. This thing creates a beam of light, very narrow beam of light, and it just pops right in to the can, the reflector, and it creates a very narrow beam of light, so it's like a spotlight on someone's face. So you can really focus the light on a very specific area, like from here to here. So here's some examples of that. This is where I used the honeycomb grid to light up her upper body, but not spill it all over the place and light up everything else, just the one area. So I like using this a lot. It gives a really cool look. It does cut down the power of the light as opposed to this, but it focuses the light, which is really cool. And the thing I like about it is it's really portable. Look how small this is. It's not like a snoot that's like a big tube that's bulky. This is very flat. I can just stick it in my side pocket of my camera bag. This is a 10-degree honeycomb grid. This one gives a really cool effect. So that's what I use the most. This is what I used on my trip in beautiful Bora Bora. And I did use, say, a couple of RX 100 Mark 7s, which I'm using right now to film this as my main vlogging camera. And I used a couple of Osmo Action, the original Osmo Action, as my behind-the-scenes camera. I always had a behind-the-scenes camera going, and that was the Osmo Action because it has a wide angle. You know, I just turn it on and it goes. You don't have to set anything. Anyway, so that's what I used. And did I use a reflector? I did use... No, I don't think I did I? Didn't use a reflector in anything. Oh, I did for that one video where I was talking for the health channel. But not on you, right? Okay, well, so out of all my testing, all my months worth of testing on softboxes, modifiers, it came down to the basic can, durable, small, lightweight, and you can stuff it with socks and underwear when you're traveling. And this thing here. This is a Glow Easy Box, Easy Lock 36, and it breaks down to, this part is thin. The only thing I don't like about it is this is kind of wide, which I don't like, but it gives a really cool look. I do like how the Glow Grand Box breaks down to a smaller size than this because the plate is separate. I do like the 2x3 foot Godox because it breaks down a really flat thing, but neither of these can give you that look with the silver disc in the middle. So anyway, those are it all comes down to those two. All right, well, that's my feedback for modifiers. When you're traveling in paradise and you're on the go, run and gun, make sure when you use a big softbox, you weight it down. Find a rock that's like the heaviest rock you can find. It's like this big, and just put it on there. Or use string to tie it down to a chair or something, because they will blow away. I had one blow into a pool, and I'm amazed the AD600 still worked after that. Wow. All right, well, that's my feedback. I hope you enjoyed my Bora Bora series. I sure had a good time here. Did you have a good time? It wasn't all work, was it? She's sweet. I'm amazed at things she goes along with. So anyway, hope you had a good time with us on the trip, and looking forward to more adventures with you guys. Stick around. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.